Welcome back. Just how low can they go? According to a new Gallup poll, an overwhelming 84% of Americans disapprove of the job Congress is doing. And because of that, most members of Congress are not hosting town hall meetings this summer. But is it their duty to hold these meetings as an employee of the voter? Joining us right now is the political panel. We've got former advisor for Senator Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign and Fox News contributor Jamoo Green, former U.S. ambassador to the United Nations and Fox News contributor John Bolton, and associate politics editor for Roll Call, Christina Bellantoni. Good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
Jamoo, you say, we should point out, 51% of Republicans not having them, 68% of Democrats not having town halls. You say they are just chickens.
They are. What a bunch of chickens. They absolutely need to, especially in this time, openly communicating with their constituents. I can understand if there are some security reasons following the Gifford shooting that they may be dealing with, but only doing town halls over the phone and shying away from it, whether you're Democrat or Republican, I think it shows when you're hovering around 10% of approval rate that they're a bit chicken.
And what we're looking at right there, that was John McCain, who had a town hall last night in Phoenix. Ambassador Bolton, the ultimate thing that these congressional members don't want is some constituents standing in front of them going like this, and they don't want that to show up in an opponent's political ad come next campaign season.
Well, I'm pretty laissez-faire on this. If they want to hold them, that's fine. If they don't want to hold them, that's fine. The voters decide in November. I think there's a real mistake in American politics in assuming that members of Congress have to bend with the winds of opinion between elections. That's what elections are for. And voters elect people to use their judgment, and they decide once every 2 years.
Now, Christina, the problem, though, is this is not a vacation they're on. This is a recess, and that's when you're supposed to go out and do outreach.
That's the entire point of this. They're not going home for some R&R. They're going home to hear from the people that sent them to Washington, who overwhelmingly feel that Washington is broken, and that's part of the problem. And so I think that the Republicans, in part, learned from what the Democrats saw in these health care town halls in 2009 that really sort of took all of the wind out of the sails of health care momentum, and they don't necessarily want to do that and take the wind out of their sails as they're trying to make sure that they secure their majority in 2012.
Last time, Jamoo, last election season, it seemed like there were more people yelling at Democrats. But now there are so many people out there who want to talk to the Republicans as well and the Tea Party members.
Well, exactly. When they're trying to gut Medicare and Social Security and they took the country to the brink of default. Well, they took the country to the brink of default. It makes sense that they're a little bit chicken again, not really wanting to put themselves out there. But, you know, you can't have it both ways. They were all in favor of them during the health care town halls. Sure. And they should be just as in favor in hearing some negative feedback, because that, unfortunately, is where the American people are.
Well, let's find out whether or not this discussion has persuaded some of them to have some town halls as they continue on their recess, which is really outreach. All right, the political panel is sticking around for this, a tale of two presidents. President Bush went through all the right channels before Iraq, and he was criticized. Well, President Obama did not when going into Libya and was praised. Hypocrisy? And